Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, and perhaps even good evening. Thank you so much for joining me for another exciting round of a monsters expedition through a series of puzzling expedition. Part 12, can you believe it? It's the 12th day, so that means we've been playing this for 6 weeks now. That's crazy. I can't believe where the time's gone. Or is it more like 4 weeks or 5 weeks? I don't know. But it only feels like we've only just started yesterday. So wonderful to see you all. I want to be Luris, Mr. Brian, Miss Julia, and one Max Matora. Thank you so much for upgrading your channel membership and snagging up that Discord invite. Welcome to the Discord, by the way. Very good to see you on there. I was kind of half awake at this morning at 3 for about half an hour, and I saw that you snuck in, so very good. Glad to see you there. So we have brand new for channel members of the YouTube channel here today, like everyone with a little star, with a little blue, yellow, green, red star can use these exciting little emotes that are exclusive to the channel now. And Julia has made 2 little log emotes yesterday, which are now available, which is very nice. So while we're pushing over logs, you can also interact with logs in the chat. I've also taken the liberty to snag up 2 little monster icons that I found on Dragnek's Discord server. It's a Thinky Puzzle Games, I believe it's called. It's free to join, and it's quite nice. I might go and I might put a link to that on our Discord and share that. But you can get it from Dragnek's website as well, so it's kind of nice. Speaking of Dragnek, he has currently, so the thing with this game that we're playing right now, it's been released on the Nintendo Switch. And the cool thing is they've also released 3 of their other games on the Switch. So for that, they're currently doing an amazing discount deal, not only on this game, but on their other 3 previous games, which are available as a bundle for $3 each, which is kind of cool. So you get Soccer Bond, Cosmic Express, and A Good Snowman Is Hard to Build, which also features the monster, much like Cosmic Express also features the monster. They're available for $3, both from itch as well as Steam, as well as through my humble bundle link. If you want to pick them up, now's the time to do it. I picked them up yesterday. We can have a look at Cosmic Express at some point later, because it is a really cool game. So, very cool. Right, it was around 3 p.m. Right, for you it was. My goodness, look at that. I will go and link you to the itch page. Perhaps you can pick it up from there. What we're gonna say, big Dragnek sale, but you can get it from Steam as well as through my humble bundle link, which would be great. Pick it up, Mr. Neville. Top of the morning. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go start this thing up. It is, of course, available through. I have the Epic version here. And very exciting stuff, I'm now level 100 on Fortnite. Woohoo, that is cool, isn't it? I don't know, that's kind of an unrelated tidbit of information. Today is kind of exciting though for the monster, because we might get the little guy home. I don't know yet, but we are currently 439 islands explored, 120 exhibits, only 2 snowmen are on our list, but we will probably find another one. We've done so well yesterday. He's still sleeping. I think we sat him on the bench, didn't we? And he's kind of fallen off the bench. I have a feeling we're gonna go to this mega large island here and follow these little signs and get him onto the ferry home, which does not mean, of course, that this is the last. Yeah, the Butterbond sound effect, absolutely. Yes, I need to figure out a way to make that happen on YouTube as well. On Twitch we can do it. On YouTube we can't currently play sound effects. That's very cool. So we can bring him home, we can put him on the ferry, but that doesn't mean the game is over or ends, because we can totally go and play more with him as we figure out other difficult solutions to islands that we hadn't quite found yet. What are we thinking of this one then, boys and girls? I think, how did we even get here? Do you remember? With the raft. That's how we got here, wasn't it? And we got here by solving this island here. Look at that, that's the snowman over this large island here. This is how we got here. I thought maybe it's just good to know that we can go back and forth with the raft. I mean, this is what we solved yesterday. Mighty proud that we did this. But there's just so much more to explore over here. One of these things is, of course, the ferry. This is the ferry home. Pretty much the same ferry that he arrived with. Perhaps we're going to take him home today. This sign tells us the ferry is in fact this way. What does it mean? Where do we go? How do we reach the snowman? Snowman's just here behind the rocks. This is really confusing. I'm not really used to islands this large. How did we even get here? Oh yeah, we got here by probably boarding that stump over there and then going over the rocks, and then now we're here, but we can't go back unless we go and push any of these trees over. This is not how we enter any of the other usable locks. We can do this, but then, you know, we can't actually enter any of these locks. Maybe that wasn't the right solution. I have no idea. This is the solution, isn't it? This means we can go back and forth now. Okay. Let's have a look. The butter barn sound effect. Butter barn, for those of you who don't know, butter barn used to be a thing in Fortnite. It used to be a location in Fortnite that you could visit. Not anymore, they've removed it, sadly. Maybe they're going to bring it back, who knows. Well, any ideas what we should do here? I mean, this, even though this brings us back, it doesn't exactly... Does it help? I can't tell. I don't think it does. Do we even want to go to the ferry, or do we want to go and check out what that other island it was capable of that we reached with the raft? I mean, we went from here to there. I don't know. We could also tackle this thing from here. Maybe that is the solution. I don't know. Because this looks mighty complicated here. Unless we can do something else with this large tree here, that we can go into different places. Like so. No, you see, that's not really the solution either, because we can't really jump on this thing and go over to see the snowman. We've pushed it up already. We can't push it right. I have a feeling this guy is just there so that we can go back and forth. But I don't think it contributes to how we get to this part. That's probably something we need to reach via the raft. Via this island. I'm thinking, let's go do this. Let's go back. Over the longest bridge we've ever built. I mean, tell you, this is the longest bridge we've ever made in this game. Here we go. Nice chilled out ride on the raft. Yes, Monster, hello. Good to see you. Now what do we do? I have a feeling it has to do with this tree. Perhaps push it over like so. Over all the rocks. We can go on the rocks. And then what do we do? We could leap log this. But is it of benefit? I mean, tragically, we can't put this large log up now to push it over there. I would imagine this is the spot into which it needs to go. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Maybe that's not the solution. Maybe we need to go and push this guy down. Would that help? Well, we just did that, didn't we? We maybe do this. But then how would we break him? We could only do that, so that's not the solution either. Could do that. But then what do we do? Oh, raft! That could be. If we build a raft in this corner, we could go into the great unknown over here. Mr. Michael, top of the morning! And Mr. Chris, so good to see you! Check out those snazzy new emotes that we have in, you know, celebrating the monster. There's 2 monster emotes and there's 2 little wooden log emotes that you can find now as channel members. Thank you so much for your support, guys, by the way. Very much appreciate that. And we're of course completely stumped. I have no idea where else to go. This little tree isn't going to move from its position. You can only either go into the water here, or it can go into the water here, or it can go into the water here. Is any of that helpful? I can't tell. Very good, Chris. Absolutely. That's how you do it. And the tree, you know, the tree was there before, and I think it just fits in nicely with the whole deforestation 2.0 affair that we've got going here. I've got nothing. I have no idea what to do. On the bottom right here, that does sound like an exciting little push-off point for a raft, but without a second tree at hand, I have no idea. Oh, he needs more coffee. We should give him a coffee before we get him the ferry home. I totally agree. Poor monster, hasn't had a coffee in a while. Or popcorn for that matter. What happens if we were to go and do something like this? If we move this over like so, and see what we should have done, I guess, is have the, whoops, have the little tree maybe go over like this. And then like that. Is that something that we can do in case this guy goes and... No, hang on. In case this guy goes and does this. Is that something that would be helpful? No! Damn you! Let's push it right exactly. As one of those dynamics again. And there's some coffee and donuts. Thank you so much, Jeremy. That is very nice of you. Good evening to you. We're totally stuck here. We have no idea what to do. And it's only the beginning of Monster's journey into the ferry today. I still wonder what the little tree is supposed to do. Because it can't really... Maybe it has something to do with, I don't know, with this? Is that what we're supposed to do? It won't move. Oh no, that doesn't work either, does it? That doesn't work either. What are we not seeing here? That's not it. I can kind of see this and then down. I can kind of see that. And if ever we were to get a second log over here, we could totally build a raft. But alas, we do not have one. Oh, right. Leave the little log on the land. All right, I see. Brian, interesting. Let's do that. So it goes on the land, and it goes to the right, and it goes... Oh, wow, Brian, that's seriously easy. No way. Brian... Round of applause. If only I had it, I would give it to you. That was the easiest one ever. My god. The easiest and quickest solution ever. Thank you, Brian. Very well spotted. Still interested in the raft solution, though. I wonder if that is something... that would require this tree, I guess, to go up at least. And then over somehow. Is that possible? I mean, just, you know, out of sheer curiosity. It would, wouldn't it? Oh my. Is that possible? It's just that now we can't go behind it. I'd love to sort that out. Also, it's not a birch log, so that might not be the solution. This is for the insanely difficult bits and pieces. I think that solution wasn't half bad. I think this way, then down, maybe then slightly further to over here. Maybe it was half bad. It was real bad. Oh yes, that's a good idea too. Let's go and do this. No. Let's do that. That, maybe? Not quite. Push it down instead of over the bridge? Okay, let's try that. So, over here, that was that, right? And then we go over here, and then maybe up again. Yes, I suppose. I suppose so. That way and then down. That should make the bridge. All right. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. You guys are much more awake than I am. Very good. Another island. I can see that ferry symbol looking at me. Looking at me funny. 2 islands. One to the right and one on the bottom. This one seems to be the more easier one. Look at that. We're already there. This one is indeed looking at me funny. And now we can have little monster emotes. That's really cool. I love that. I'm glad we did that. Could that be something useful? It might be. I'm imagining myself behind this lock. Like, you know, if we were to do that, somehow, could we then do, if we do this, will that help this log over to somewhere sensible, like so, maybe. And then we just go and push it in here. Look at that! Yes! So interesting, another new dynamic that's been introduced is use the little logs as little transportation devices so that other things can roll over them. They are preparing us for something really strange, I suppose. And this guy should probably go up, I would imagine. But that's not so easy. Unless we can push it from the other end. Like so. Maybe then even like so. Would that be a possibility? Yeah, see, what we need now is this guy to be flat. So I can go and board this here, which currently I can't. But I would like to board this on top of that, and then maybe the little tree could be in the middle here, and I could just walk over and knock this tree and then reach that island. But of course that's not how we do it. Is it maybe this one first? And then this tree up? Could that be? Nope, it's lost in that case. Or is it even easier? Should the large tree be in the middle here and be broken by the little tree? In which case we need to park the little tree here so that we can go and move the large tree over. That might be possible. I say might. I'm not entirely sure. Little tree right, down, right and up. Okay. Right. Yes, indeed. Down. Right. Or actually right again. No, it has to be... can't go up. Can't go up. So the tricky bit is indeed that if I have to push the little tree into this position, I can't go behind it now. That is, of course, a bit of a snag in the plan. I have played Limbo, yes. Thank you for reminding me. That was a good game. Limbo was very nice. Limbo, was that was made by the same guys who did the World of Goo, wasn't it? Oh, down. That's a possibility. But now that it's down, how am I gonna go and move it up? So I think the little tree isn't gonna be enough in between here. I think the little tree needs to break the large tree so that I can go on top of here, on top of this rock, and then go basically this way, but stay on the rock, I think. I could go back on the rock. Let's go do this to where I was here. But you know, now the little tree, that's too short. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. So Julia says put this tree down, and then we go put that tree over here and over there, and then I can do this, but that's too short. Dang. Or push the small tree over on the... Oh, okay, I get you. I get you. Yes, right. Yeah, I think I just did that, didn't I? I think I just did that. Yeah, we really need to put the little tree here and then make sure we somehow go around. And that's difficult. Unless there's another solution that I'm not seeing. Little tree right, big tree up, make a land raft. Do you know, it might, if I push the little tree down. I hadn't tried that yet. Let's try that. Little tree down and then, oh, it goes over, up and here. Oh yes, that is the solution. That'll work. That will work. That'll work, because then we can push it out of the way. And essentially just go and put it here. Yes. And then do that, and then do that. Oh, monster, that was a bit vigorous, wasn't it? And then we just go do that. Ah, there we go. Ha! Very, very cool. See, sometimes even if it's not the right idea, the approach that gets you thinking differently then leads to the solution. So I love that. We made it happen. Wow. As if it was just so easy. I'm thinking this guy to the right and then in here. That will get us from here to there, moving this guy down. But then what? It's only part of the solution. Keep them coming, them wrong solutions, Brian. Give us a wrong solution for this one. What are we going to do? This tree, I like this approach immediately. That's really cool. That's elegant. That's awesome. There might be more to it than this. So if we were to do that, we can't push this guy over. That's a bit of a shame. It could even be a ruse. It might be that this is in fact a raft that we need to build and go over. That is possible. In which case, it begs the question, how do we get the little tree over there? Large tree to the left and push it off the rock. Let's try that. Like here. And then make him go to the left. That might be the solution. So this is another interesting tree here. This tree here is twice as high as rock. This rock is twice as high as rocks like this. So while we can walk on top of this rock, we can't walk on top of this rock. But this rock will now stop things that are on top of other rocks, which is interesting. So if we go and do this and then we do that, let monster walk around here and let him do that. That's the solution. Haha. Well done, Julia. Fantastic. Now here, on the other hand, notice we're getting actually further away from the ferry just so that we can go back onto it. What do we do here? Am I right in assuming that this is the solution here? The large tree down here somehow? Could be. Turns it maybe into a raft, is that possible? Oh no, actually maybe it's just this is so that we can do that. Pushes it in the wrong... Oh, no, I see we need another... It's not big enough. So we need both of them in there as a long bridge, I guess. Is that what we're doing? A long bridge? How do we do that? Then we go and do this. But that's no good. It's like we need to move this guy down and then almost like move him all the way over here, maybe? Not so much over there, but over here, so that we can push him down one more. Oh, this is difficult. Interesting. What else can we do? We could do that. And that's it. We can only do that. We can go on top of these rocks and go behind these things. That's also good to remember. This guy goes to the left as well, but that's not really the solution. I don't think so. That does this. It goes in all four directions. But I think only going to the bottom and going to the right is something that is semi-useful, if I understand this correctly. I still don't quite know what to make of the little tree. I gotta be brutally honest. I could do that, but who is helped by it? Nobody, that's who. That goes over there. Yeah, nobody's helped by that. That's not a good idea. 726, I want to be Lurus. 726 islands in total, and about 160 exhibits and 51 snowmen. We found 2. We know where a third one is, but that's how complicated this game is. 726. And they've just recently been expanded. So there was one version before this, and that was that had 599 islands. And it's about a month ago or so it got an upgrade, this game, and that expanded it to over 100 more islands and more puzzles. And I think the birch trees were actually part of the upgrade. So very interesting. I think we've played it straight from when it was upgraded. I think I just got it just before the upgrade came out. And we started playing this just after the upgrade had come out. Does the small tree get knocked onto the top of the rock? Yes, I think it can do that. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Large tree gets knocked down and pushed to the right and down so that the small tree leaps over and ends up in the small gap. Let's try it. This does that. And do we push this guy down? Yes, probably. Right, and then we go push this guy. Oops. Oh, interesting. Hadn't seen that coming. But this works. Let's do this without moving the large tree, like so. It certainly does end up there. Not a bad idea, though. Not a bad idea. If we do this, then we have this other problem again, that we can't push this guy down again. If we go and push this down, then we're okay, but we go and push it and it just always ends up there. Yes. Could it be then that that's not the solution? Once again, one of those things where you think, yeah, that sounds obvious, but I don't see a way that we can essentially break this log into that position. That would mean there has to be something here for it to break it, and this rock couldn't be there, so we can push it down and then over, and I don't see that happening. Could it be then that the real solution is that the log needs to be horizontal and build a mini raft here so that lets us cross over? Could that be the solution? Like this way, but then I can't push it down because of the stump guy. Dang! Can I jump on the rock from the log in the water? No, that doesn't work. I can go on it, but I can't then go onto anything, sadly. I wonder, good thinking though, Neville. I wonder though what happens if we go push this guy, I suppose, over here. And then, I want to say down, but it'll be difficult for me to then go behind it without doing something first like that. Let's try that. If I do this, yeah, no. let's try this. I'm just curious what would happen if this is something that we could potentially entertain. So the little tree needs to be out of the way for that. And then the large log could be literally one further and then down. That would kind of work. I can kind of see that potentially working. In principle, I can't quite see the little tree in this whole equation yet. I must be brutally honest. Poor little tree. Because we do need you. We just can't. You're just in the way, man. Maybe we'll do this. That might be a good position for the little tree. And then when we do this, could it be that when we go and do that, then that, like we had it before, and then perhaps that? Is this useful? I can't tell. Oh! How about large log down, little log is on the rocks and gets pushed, rolls over the large log, makes a small bridge over here. Little log is going to be the bridge. Yes! Let's try it out. So we put the little log onto here. I like that. Large log goes over here and down. I think this might work. We go and push it to the left and all the way down. And it's essentially just the stage for this guy to roll over. Look at that! The iterations we have to go through to get to a point like that. That is very cool. Very, very cool. Congrats, guys. Very good. Just when the next clincher is around the corner, I guess we have a birch log. Do you know what a birch log means? Birch log means it is one of those special types of logs that I suppose is intended for use on another island. Not necessarily on this island, but on another island. Can't quite see it. I don't really know which island they mean. There's tons of white fluffy cloud stuff that will eradicate. Where do we even go? Do you think we'll connect to this island? Or do we go and connect to this island? There's also something going on over here. Sounds like a mini raft could do us some service here. Yes, everyone have a coffee. So that's a great idea. So we could do this, I suppose. That is not the solution. I think little tree on the rocks sounds good because that's pretty much the only thing I can really do with him. I mean, I can push him back into here, but that really renders him useless and me trapped, so that's not a good idea. Let's not do that. And that's really, those are the only two things I can do. So I'm thinking on the rocks, that sounds good. The large tree here, it can go on top of here. It can also go like that. And it can go like this. I think again on the rocks sounds like a pretty cool idea. I can also go on top of this, so if I wanted to move the little log into any which ways place. Oh, okay, that works. I like how he skids on top of these rocks sometimes. Doesn't always do it, but sometimes he does. Is that useful? Somehow. It isn't, is it? It might do. It might do. Let's try that out. So if we push this guy on top of this, and then we go and push this. How do I go and roll this guy onto? So I could do that. And does this then somehow? Oh yeah, this is how I can do it. I can do this and then go and push from the back here. That indeed makes a land raft, Brian. Absolutely, that makes a land raft. And we have one little log left over, and this can now be hopefully pushed into position, giving us an exciting little mixed raft. I like it. I like it, Brian. No, that works. And then we can push off here again. So the only thing that I find interesting is that it appears that the birch log doesn't have the same role, shall we say, as it had when they were introducing it. So it looks like we're just using it to make a raft. Unless it has another purpose, this is probably the solution. I wish we could do something with that other little tree here, but if I just go back, I don't think there's anything I can do with this. No, it's probably stuck here. I'd love to use it for something else, but I don't think we can. How do I get back? I don't think I can from here. I think what I would do is, we'll probably see that in a moment, we'll connect to an island that will, something like this island, and we could just go and walk over here again. So we'd have to walk a little bit of a long way, but that is how we could get back, Mark. Potentially. Let's have a look at the hostile washer exhibit. While the dial of this washer suggests a full spectrum of heat settings, we have only been able to activate two. One is hotter than the sun, and the other, when any other faucet is being used within a 5-mile radius, is hypothermia. To protect themselves from harm, humans often kept the device in a glass cage. Is that what we did? Let's check out where this takes us. Oh. Mini island with a single tree. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Yes, this could potentially make ourselves a push-off point back to the top. Maybe. Actually, no. It does this. So that's your answer, Mark. If I wanted to go back, I'll have to go the long way. Go all the way around here. And that hopefully leads me back on to something like this island. Yes, there we go. But now, how would I get back to where I've just come from? I think I'd have to rebuild the raft. Does that work? Yes, I think so. Luckily, we can remember how to do that. I think we do this, we do that, then we go and do that. Then we do... I don't remember. Then we do this, I think. Bummer. We could do something else with it. Or I could just go back. I'll just go back. I don't remember how to do it. I'm glad we did do it. Glad we've recorded it as well. That's actually a very fulfilling part of the process, recording it and making sure you save the solution for, for later. There we go. This is how we got here. Phew. Do you know, by the way, I've been working hard at making sure we can remember these solutions that we've made, and I've turned all of them, so far, the more difficult islands, into little clips. If you type in !J plays, you'll get a link to my gaming channel. It has been kind of, it's 2 years old, but it only has 22 subscribers. I thought maybe it's a good idea to put all these solutions on there, because the way my brain works is I just don't remember next week. If I have to face the same island again, I have no idea how to do it. Yes, !J plays. That is the link. Have a look at it. Currently, there's one clip that gets uploaded every day. Haha, thank you. Subscribe generously. I need all the supporters that I can get. I need to get to 100 subscribers so that I can get a vanity URL. I think that is the first milestone. I've only got 22 people. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Meanwhile, one island just passes through to this, and that's an interesting birch tree that we'll examine in a moment. I think that gets us back onto this massive large island here, that hopefully gets us closer to that snowman at the top there. Let's see, there's that. But then there's also this island, and I'm not sure what we're doing here. Maybe we're connecting to the island on the bottom? Could that be? You have, right? Cool, Neville. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I thought it's good to keep them away from my main channel, because there's so many clips. They're all really short, like 30 seconds to a minute clips of how any of these solutions are made. But if you do want to replay this game and you get stuck, that's a nice way to just look up a solution. So the way I've done it is in the bottom left-hand corner, you see these coordinates that you can get on the in the game. So under settings, there's this thing here, the show island coordinates, and if you enable that, you see these two coordinates. They are grid references, I think, internally, so that these islands could be referenced. And what I've done is the first one, in our case here, 138.2131, that is in the name of each clip. So if we have solved an island and you just search for that either on Google or on YouTube, island followed by that number, then one of my clips should come up, if I've made a clip of it. 26 subscribers, look at that, Jeremy. Thank you so much, I appreciate that, guys. It's a little experiment. I want to know how long it takes to build that channel up, and how other metrics work. So like daily uploads, how does that affect subscriber metrics, and also how long does it take to get that channel to 1,000 subscribers to get it monetized. So that can happen in a matter of weeks for some people. For other people, it'll take years for that to happen. I remember on this channel here, on my main channel, it took about 4 or 5 years for 1,000 subscribers to be there. I mean, that was long before the YouTube Partner Program was established as it is today. But it's it's quite a journey. I never thought it could happen. So skyrocketing success, that's what it is. Yes. Speaking of skyrocketing, what do we do here? So I can't currently reach the large tree on the bottom to do anything with it. I can only reach this guy, and I'm just assuming this is a solution. It might not be. Do something like that. Could that be? It clearly is not. Yes, you are, Michael. I know you are. You are one of the very few people that has subscribed. I appreciate that as well. That is very nice. Or maybe we'll do this. Look at that. If we go over here, is that cool? I think that might be cool-ish, because now we can get to the other side of that. And we do what with it? Well, assuming we're going to the bottom right island, I would imagine this goes over here. Does it though? No, it doesn't, because that'll just end up in a ditch here. That's not the solution. It also doesn't go... Well, then the only other option that we have is to do this. Knock this tree over, because we're all interested in deforestation. And then what? Because that's not the solution. Yet. And maybe that is not the solution then. Oh, look at that. This is how it works. Interesting, Brian, isn't it? I find that fascinating. There's so many stories from some people who upload every day, and they're constantly creeping around the 300 to 400 subscriber mark, and for them it's just not happening. I've seen channels stagnate at a single value, and you know they're successful within that, but they don't go up or down, which is interesting for literally for weeks and months and years. And then other channels take off within a few weeks. So it's kind of interesting. It's a very subjective way to say. So the YouTube guidelines to reach monetization is they will put adverts on your videos anyway, no matter if you get a cut of it or not. That wasn't always the case back in the day. If you weren't in the YouTube Partner Program and your videos were not monetized, there were no adverts on it. But nowadays, YouTube have made the decision that channels that get a lot of traffic, that are not monetized, that are not in the partner program, they decide to put adverts on there. You just don't get a cut. So that can happen. On smaller channels, they usually don't do that, but if they're larger and if it is valuable for YouTube to do this, then they will do that because they have infrastructure costs as well, and I can see that. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how this whole thing works and where it's going. It's kind of crazy. This is a good solution, I think. This is a good idea because that way we get to the back of this tree. I wonder if we could do something more valuable with this tree. Yeah, so this gaming channel is going to be an interesting experiment. When and how can I get this monetized? And this is a kind of a second project I could run in addition to my main channel. Because I've seen some of my gaming clips that I've uploaded to my main channel, because the main channel is monetized, they've made some, you know, not insignificant amounts of cash. So we're talking a casual clip that wasn't even well edited, just cropped out with the YouTube tool that was available at that time. Something like a Stardew Valley clip makes $50, you know, over the course of 6 months, and that's quite impressive. And I've had a few of those videos that are literally solutions to things like a clip when we were playing Raft and how do you get to the light bulb in Raft. That was an interesting clip that was about 8 minutes or so, and it was just a very crude top and tail with the web tool. I didn't really edit that or anything, and that made something like $20-30 within 6 months. And that's interesting. If you had like several videos that made passive income like that, it's kind of cool. A slow, long crawl to 3K, but you'll get there. You'll get there. This is cool. Are you there yet? Oh, are you still under 3K? I don't quite remember. I think last time I checked, it was just it was 2,900 or something. Is that correct? Do you know? Yes, and that is something about the income in YouTube. I see that as well. My income was much higher during the COVID time than it is right now, and I think that is also because many more channels are being monetized and many more people are now doing YouTube. I understand from the latest YouTube newsletter that the advertising revenue is actually increasing. So more companies are spending money on YouTube advertising, which is good news. But because there's so many more people doing YouTube and so many more people in the partner program, I suppose there's only a certain amount of viewers who consume a certain amount of videos. Maybe that has something to do with it. Could also be that now we're kind of going back to work type thing. The whole what's it called? The whole working from home. People watch less YouTube than they did maybe a year ago. So that could also be. But yes, I have the same thing. My income is also down on YouTube. Still very good though. So I'm not complaining at all. It's just very interesting how these things work. And yeah, and about topics for videos, also very interesting. 3D videos are not actually a big money maker at all. They are good for the viewing figures, and it's good to make people happy that way and share knowledge, but that is not actually what makes money on my channel. That is in fact technology videos such as Logitech receiver stories and how to pair your Mac keyboard with the Windows PC and those types of things. They get much more traffic than any of my 3D videos combined. That's also quite interesting. So yeah, 3D isn't actually that big a topic in the world, you know. Oh, you did? Right. Yes, I can see. I can see that that has an influence. Brian, what are we going to do about this island here? I have no idea. I'm stumped. I don't know what else to do. I can see that one tree needs to go over here. I can see that, but the other tree, I don't know what to do with this tree here. This other large tree here. If I go and push it this way instead, does that? Yeah, you see, it does this, doesn't it? That doesn't do me any good. I need to find a way to push this. Oh, I can? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I can do that. That is the answer to the... That's the answer, isn't it? Just move that guy over here. Oh, that is cool. And then can we do that? Yes. Look, that's the solution right in front of us. And then we push this guy down. They all have lemonade, the end. Oh, for the benefit of the clip then. We push the top tree down and push it into here, which is great. That gets us over and behind the other tree. Then we're going to push that also on the rocks, but push it forward. I totally didn't see that. And then we're going to push this back into here. Quickly knock this tree over, push this tree in, let it sacrifice itself, and push this guy over on top of here, go behind it and get ourselves a little bridge. Well, a longish bridge over here. Nate, that is a great idea. We should do that. We should do that collectively. Spank the tree. Spank them trees. How are you this morning, sir? We're just talking about our YouTube income, which has gone down. Have you seen something like that as well? Continuing the discussion. Also, Nate, have you seen these new classy emotes that we have? 2 log emotes for channel supporters, 2 monster emotes, him waving and him running. So cool. Now I can do the rock limbo over here. I can go from one log to the rocks to another one. It's exciting. We're around the corner of bringing Monster home on the ferry. It's going to be exciting. Yes, those, exactly. The golden log. What do we do here? It looks like a little rafting opportunity to me. I think this could be the push-off point for a mini raft. Let's work on that hypothesis. Hypothesis. That's a good word. Hypothesis. Or hypotheses. That is also very cool. Maybe we can go around here and then do that. No, we can't do that. This we could do, but what would be the point? We could also do that, but again, that isn't really what anyone wants to do. Could we then do... Could we do this? Use him to go on top of the rocks and push him against that? Yes, we can do that. And then all we need to do is do this all in a different order. So then push this tree down, use him to get on top of the rocks, push the little guy down here. Then go around, push this tree against the rocks, turn this into the raft of our dreams, and go raft away. Oh, Mom, good, Dragonate's mom, good to see you, good to see you. Okay, that's good to hear, that's good to hear. Yes, Brian and I have noticed a bit of a drop in income, and we're just discussing how and why that might happen. My thing, I didn't really change anything. My viewing figures have gone down a little bit, but I attribute that to COVID kind of not so much coming to an end, but more people going back to work despite COVID, and less people are watching YouTube, I thought. But you know, it could be many other things. It's just interesting to keep an eye on these dynamics in the very small bubble that we represent of the small creators on YouTube. It looks like they have paid out over $30 billion to creators in since the YouTube Partner Program started, or was that in 2019? I can't remember. The latest newsletter suggests that the YouTube people making money from YouTube is equivalent to creating 345,000 full-time jobs in the US. That's very, very cool. There's about how many people who are making six figures? It has, I think it's doubled year on year from 2019 to 2020. It's very, very cool. It's big. It's amazing. And I've seen people, I've seen stories of people who build their own studios because it makes so much money. One of the guys I watch, which is Captain Disillusion, he pulls in over 10 grand on Patreon alone, which is amazing. And he uses that now to hire a studio that he can produce his stuff in. He used to do this in the basement of his parents' house here in South Florida. And he's now hired a studio to do that just from Patreon income alone. Absolutely amazing. It is just so cool. You do what you are good at because you like doing it, and you get rewarded for that at the same time. It's just absolutely wonderful. I think it's fantastic. Oh, good. Look at that, Neville. Very good. You got another subscriber. Closer to 3K, Brian. Come on. Hey, don't knock it. It's a good start. What do we do here? I suppose we're going to the island at the bottom, right? Down here. I think that's... Is that our main goal? It's that birch tree again, so... I'm always wary of birch trees. They're basically this signal, hey, you can do other things with this thing. He is, isn't he? He is absolutely awesome. Greetings, children. I keep wanting to do this, push him on top of the trees. I don't really know if that's useful, but if it were, it would be one part of the mini raft that we can potentially build. Let's try this. What happens when we go and do this? And I think partly it's because he is one of those... His channel is one of those channels that appeals to a larger audience. So it's not just 3D geeks like the likes of us. It also appeals to people who are not really into 3D. They just go, oh, that's the concept, is it? And then the fact that he can recreate it is kind of amazing. But yeah, that's just, you know, it's such a larger audience. It's mainly about the debunking of things and how you can recreate them in 3D. And the fact that he can actually do it is a nice bonus, but other people could just go and explain it. But he has this benefit that he speaks to these two audiences, the casual audience who go, oh, that's how you do it, and the people who are entertained by it, and then also the 3D nerds who go, oh, look at that, that's how you can do that. He writes his scripts with Final Draft, by the way. It's a big process for him. This whole thing from creating finding the video that he wants to debunk, to narrating it, to recreating 3D effects, to editing it all. It's a main production, and he does it all by himself, or at least he used to. He didn't have an editor who would help him along the journey. So it's just him and his girlfriend and a couple of people who are helping him film this. It's very, very cool. Look at that! You're picking them up one after the other. It's absolutely, it'll be 2 dinners a month. More pizza, more beer, Brian. What are we going to do here? Let's examine our options here. I'm thinking this guy needs to go over here, I think. That's a really good start. Perhaps even over here. If we were able to now go behind the white tree and kick him down, it would roll itself onto the bottom island, but it would also go take the little tree with it, which would be seriously cool. Sadly though, we're not on the other end of the island. Damn you, log! And there's just no easy way to get behind it. But that would be the solution, wouldn't it? Well, that would be one solution. like Bill Murray said in Groundhog Day, I'm a god. I'm not the god. It's a solution, not the solution. Yeah, that would be really good. Do that and then kind of go behind it again, but we're missing that all important, vital, crucial link that would in fact do this. Let us do this. If then without this, if we were to go back here, yeah, no, this is also not the solution, is it? I can't see it. The other options with this tree that we hadn't quite considered is this, then that, but again, that's not good for morale. This, and then that. I can't see it myself. I don't think so. I think it would be this way, that way, and then down. It would also then, hopefully, roll this tree over onto the other island. Maybe give us another opportunity to use the birch tree, perhaps. Stand the small log in front of the rocks. One space left of where you had it. Okay. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. So, here. That would be too far. I'll leave it here. Then we go and do that. Let's do this. The collective hive mind at work again. Oh, do you know, I could also just go and do this now. And then go behind it. And watch the spectacle unfold. Damn. Well, actually, that is helpful, isn't it? I just do this. We have a little bridge. All right. Very good. Thank you, guys. Because now I'm thinking, if my calculations are correct, I can go and push this guy in here. And here comes kind of part 2 of the puzzle. I can go and push this guy down, and hopefully it will now be right here. That's perfect. I wonder if this is in fact part of the solution of how to get... Yeah, actually this is the solution of how to get over here, isn't it? Yes, look at that. Ha ha ha. That birch tree. Gotta think, birch trees, they might be useful in other places. Spectacular. Can't rest on those laurels, of course. We need to go and push on to somewhere else. Maybe this way? Is that good? Can't tell yet. Could be. That gets us behind this tree. Oh yes. Whoops. Yeah, actually that's perfect, isn't it? That's it. On to yet another island. Ha ha! Those monster emotes, they look so cool. I saw them on Discord and they didn't have this little white outline. I gave it I think a 1 or 2 pixel white outline. I might make that a little bit stronger so it looks very cool even on the dark background. And on Discord, I think Discord is slightly lighter gray. The monster barely separates, at least on the Thinky Puzzle server. So maybe I'll see if I can improve it a little bit. Look at that. I love it. And Roberta, good to see you too. Very nice to see you. I'm not going to lie to you, I remember this island, but not in a sense that I can say this was an awesome island. I remember this being a bit of a nightmare island, and Julia and I looking at this for about an hour thinking we have no idea how to solve this. I don't think we have ever really solved it. I also don't really know what to do. So let's put our best minds to it. Oh no, actually we did solve it in the end, didn't we? Wasn't there some kind of trick here? I vaguely remember this because we've stared at this island for so long. Since we're in the mood for pushing things onto logs here, what are we thinking of doing here? Either way will kind of work all right. We either make a raft to the top here. Perhaps not exactly like that, but in a sense, something along those lines. Either make a raft here and go to the top like so. See what these black rocks have to offer. Maybe we can go and bounce around. Or we can go and build a raft here. It's almost gives us into the same position. It would get us up. Here might be trickier because it'll be difficult to put the large log down and then have a breaking point so it can go first be broken here and then go slide over there. That I don't think that's the right. That'll be tricky. But I'm thinking maybe something like that. That is cool. Or something like that. That would also make a raft, but trouble is we have a log in front of it, so we can't push ourselves off. Otherwise we could go back to this island. But no, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think maybe on top of the rocks is exciting. Could do that. Even, can we go further even? Oh, we can. Interesting. That could also be interesting. I didn't think of that. We can go to all the way over here. That's cool. Oh, we can't go back. Okay, well, it's a kind of a one-way street here. You're heading to bed, Neville. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate that. Very good to see you again. Hopefully I'll see you next weekend. See what else happens in the Monsters Expedition. Small log can also go on top of the rocks. Yes, I wondered that as well. Would it be like this? Yes, it would be, wouldn't it? That would do that. And we could go and do that. So there is that. But similar issue, we can't push ourselves off. He also can't go back, poor little guy. But let's work with that. I have a feeling this might very well be valuable. We're just not entirely sure how. Oh, Nate's got it. All right. Knock the small tree down and roll it right. Let's go do this. Small tree goes down and right. Gotcha. Roll the large log to the right onto the rocks. Gotcha. Then push it down. Ah. Slight snag. I can't go behind the log. Unless I go and sacrifice the other tree. I could go push it... yeah, that's an issue. Can't go behind it. I can go the other way. I can push it this way. That works. And I can also go and push it further along the rocks. Like so, that works. But I can't push it down now. Not without, severe shenanigans. I suppose I could go... There is a way to push the little log into here. Then that would push the large log down. So I could push the little log into the water here. That would work. Dang. Okay, what does Brian say? Brian says small one up. Big one on the rocks. Small log into the water. Large one also into the water, like so. And then essentially like so. Or the other way around, that would make a small raft that would at least get us up there. That is certainly possible. So if we just reverse the order of that, we have a raft that a usable raft. That is possible. So we go and push this up, this in, then we go put that guy into here, And then we're in the same position, aren't we? Not necessarily. If we can go and use Julia's idea and push the little log also on top of the rocks, then we have to build the raft here. But nevertheless, it is a raft. That is also kind of cool. We now have a little boarding walkway and we can go here. We'd love it if we could go one, if we basically built the same raft, but just go one further. That would get us into the next spot here. Let's do it! Same as before, this way. Was it this way? And then one more? Yeah, I know what that feels like, Brian. Because the thing is, if I were to just in my head, and I will stop, Julia, I will totally stop, while you formulate an exciting solution. So if we were to build the raft here with the rocks and stuff, we don't have a boarding point. I'm kind of hoping that if we do this in a slightly different position, like slightly further along the rocks, we can go and jump on the raft from the rocks. Because before that we could just go board it via the grassy bit, but we can't with this anymore. Ding, 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 ding. Monster's doing stretching exercises already. I'm thinking if we do this, just for a laugh, and then we do this, and then we do that, and then we do that. That's a raft. That's further over. If we go onto here, can we jump? What do you think? Yes! We can! That is a possibility. And we're back. It was a solution. I see. Hey, it was a solution, not the solution. I'll go back. Because that was an interesting one. What else could we do then? Certainly got us in the circle. That was very good. But now what? Now what? It's almost like we need another tree on this island. So once we've made the rounds, what is it that we would potentially need differently then? If we go... So we go to the first rock there, then we go that way, then we go this way, and then we go that way again. And then, was there another push off after that I had overlooked? Quite clearly. Let's try this again, just because I liked it so much. What happens after that? Was there something that I've overlooked? Like do this. Go on top of this, push myself off against here, go over here, go down there, then go over here. But now we can go to here. Yeah, I see. There was nothing I've overlooked. Okay, good. So what would make life better here? We need that white log, don't we? Because I do like... I kind of even see the point that we now have a raft that is usable for something else. But it's almost like we now need to go and build another one next to it here. Or we need to push this raft somehow over here. What would that do? It would go and get us into this position. Well, that would only go get us there and then back. So it would need to break some other way. That would then go and get us out of here. Do you know, if we could reset the island and build another raft that would park in front of this raft, and we'd have a push-off point. A lot of hypotheses there. We could then go and push ourselves over to the right, past this rock. Push both to the right. Let's try it. Let's try it out. Let's try both these things. Let's try the whole thing to the right. First of all, let's do that. Like Michael and Brian were suggesting, we do this. I have a feeling we've half tried this before, and this guy just keeps rolling. Like so. It's kind of cool, but we don't have a push-off point because the little log or the half large log is now next to it, so we can't go push ourselves off. Yeah, I think we've tried that before. Can we make the small log stick out the other way? Would that help? I remember this island cost us a lot of grief. I don't think we ever really solved it. I don't even know what the you know, where is the what's the destination? I wonder, is it just to connect us back to that island? Then that would kind of give us that circle here, or is there something else we're meant to do over here? I have no idea. It's almost suggesting there's more to it over here, but we're not showing you how that works. Move the small log first. Ah, yeah. The problem with that is the large tree. So the large tree needs to kind of go in order for me to push a little log on top of its stump so that the little log can end up on the rocks. If you know what I mean. So I have to kind of do this in order for that to then get it onto the rocks. That's problematic. That would be the solution, Brian. Kaboom! Oh, a land raft. That's an interesting idea. Yes, a land raft. We hadn't tried that idea. Let's try a land raft. So I suppose that would be this way, and then push the large tree down. That would indeed make a land raft. In the most awkward position, of course, because how are we gonna... That's terrible. Because it can't be moved. Otherwise we could put it into strategic positions and all that. Can I move it over from here? No, I just wander on it. Ah. And we can't do it the other way because there's nothing that will stop the little tree. Good thinking though. Good thinking though. That would be kind of cool. Ah. This island's got us stumped. Would it... Does this help at all in any shape or form? It doesn't really, does it? Does it... would it... I mean, this is... Sometimes you have to try the most ridiculous things. No, I can't even push the little tree away. I mean, it wouldn't do anything anyway, so... Hey, this is exciting. Does this do anything? It doesn't, does it? Poor monster. I would ask for my money back, really, if I would visit this exhibition, and first of all I have to find my own way around the exhibits and solve the puzzle that actually gets me to show me something for my money. And then, you know, there's not always coffee or popcorn. It's just, that's tricky. I'd have a serious word with the monster management. I'm still thinking this is our only solution. I think the best one so far was literally something like... Wait a minute. How about we do this? Did we try this yet? I'm saying that because if we were somehow to push this guy in, and then we're going to take this tree back down, do we then have like a little piece in the way that would, you know, maybe break us somehow? Is that how it works? Like this little log here, does that help with this whole thing of us going this way, then that way, and then that way, and then that way? Because then we go this way, and it breaks us here. Is that the solution? And then we go over here. Was that the solution? Looks like it might have been. There was that kind of solution there after all. Little stump in the water breaks this whole thing. How exciting! Ooh, I love it, I love it. What do the feet say? Yes, let's have a look. If the feet actually, if we're on the way still. That is so cool. There's always a solution. Oh, the feet are here. Right, by that birch tree. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Knock that over. And then I think you can see kind of a way once you push it over there that you can enter the rocks and then move this tree into a position that we would get out at the ferry. So that is indeed the grand finale and credits and all that. So it looks like we're off a beaten path now, but we certainly have found a solution. So I'm very impressed by this. And there's tons more islands here. This being one of the more difficult ones, I guess. Because one little tree in the middle between all of these. What are you doing, buddy? What would we even do here with you? Potentially this. But now what? So we can go on top of these rocks. That's quite nice. That would just end up in the water. That's that way, and then the other way would just go end up against the post box. I have a feeling there's more to this island than meets the eye. I have a feeling this raft is also not quite at the end of its journey yet. Could it be that if it were to get its own push-off point here and break slightly a slot before, it could go into here and reach that island? That would be interesting, but of course we don't have anything that could go in those positions yet, so I suppose the only way is down. Absolutely fascinating. It's like a Rubik's Cube on steroids, this. Well, Mr. Little Tree here, oh, can go on top of that. That's interesting. I thought it could only go left, but it can also go on top of the rocks. That is quite interesting. This guy would just be the perfect solution here, if only we could go behind him, so perhaps that is not the solution. Maybe we do this. Could that be? And then we go and push these guys both into here. That would make a mini raft over to the other island. Could do that. That might work. Oh, Brian. Were you here when we discovered the snowman in the mushroom area, where I had to resolve 3 islands over and over to park 3 rafts next to one another, just so that I can push myself off against the mushroom? I think you were there for that. That was a Twitch session, I think. I think Soundworks was there. That was a crazy session. And yes, I am also scared of this game. Part of me believes that we can solve the whole game at one point. But then there's also moments where I'm thinking, oh my god, I don't even know where to look. And every time you look at a new island, you think, I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know where to begin here. And then it's all a process of saying, okay, look for patterns, see if we can find things that break things. So like this large log would do this, and then it could move over here. That might be a possibility. Even though it looks like that's really not what we need to do. Little log then, whoops, can do that. And also roll against him. That might be ideal to go around here. Not that we needed it. Maybe we need it in this capacity? Maybe not. Like Sherlock Holmes. Process of elimination. The one thing that is the possible solution has to be the solution. Or whatever he said. Do we do this? And then maybe, I don't know, this? Somehow? Or do we leap log over? That is always good. Like, do that. I'm just wondering if we bring this tree over. No, that would be ridiculous. Definitely something about that way, right? I'm thinking, get the small tree into that water space. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. That is the clever solution. And the most logical explanation would be this. But then, can we do this? Yes, we can. Oh, how exciting! And it is the solution. Look at that. That wasn't that difficult after all. Monster's all happy now. We're showing him so many more islands. How many have we got so far? 458 out of 627. There's only another 150 to go. Plus 49 snowmen. And along the lines of about 80 exhibits or so. We're getting there. Hey, at this rate, is this another one of those things where we probably think this tree should be pushed up, and in order to do so, somebody needs to walk on top of these rocks? Is that what we're thinking? That is exactly what we're thinking. Perhaps this will do it. Perhaps not. Will this help? No. Oh, I see. Do we need to make a long bridge between the rocks so that I can board it here, and then one is going to be the large log and the other one is going to be the small log, and we're just remaining on top of the rocks? Is that how we need to do it? In which case, good luck with that. What happens when we do this? Nothing. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't quite seen that coming. How about this? Followed by that. Oh, I see. That doesn't work. Oh, I see. That's curious, Mr. Bond. Push the large log over one more. I wonder, to get this out of the way, maybe we do this. Push it over. Which way do you mean? Because I can't push it forward. I'd love to do that. But it no work. Or back. That also doesn't work. Interesting. How interesting. So could we do this? Then that would do that. We don't want to do that. New rules, right? That's one of those things that this game does very cleverly as well. Oh yeah, you had expected this to work, but on this level we disabled it, so... Oh, okay, thanks, great. Got to think outside that box as well. Ha! Can't move this back now either. And can't move it over here either. Oh, okay, good. That's interesting. Put the small log to the right of the stump first, then try pushing it over the large log. Okay. The small log to the right of the stump. Yeah, you see, in order to do that, I need to go on top of the rock. And for that, I need to go and move the large tree over already. See what I mean? No. Okay. The large log will knock it over and form the rest of the bridge. Hopefully. Okay, let's see if I can figure out what you meant. Small log down. Okay, good. Let's do that. Small log is coming down. Alrighty. Then I suppose the large log goes over, maybe. Is that right? Roll it to the right. Okay, good stuff. Then, oh, I see. We're saying we do this and either do this manually. That is the solution, Nate. And then we do this, and then we do that. They all have lemonade. The end. That is how they do it. Good stuff. Nate, that is exactly how you do it. Well done. Roll that one. Very good. Woohoo. The long bridge. With that little gap here, he has to jump there. That's... Oh, I see, because it's a height difference, isn't it? Yes. Large log's on the stump, which is that bit higher than this, so he jumps out. That's cool. Ooh, ah. Ah, my goodness. Are we there yet? No, not quite. Not at all. I'm so glad we found the solution to this island. That was a complete eye-opener. You don't just go around in a circle and it's all for nothing. No, just push it over one more. That was crazy. Do we have it? Bye, Michael. Very good to see you. Thank you for chipping in. I'm glad you like the monster emote. And thank you for your continued support and subscriptions on so many channels. I appreciate that. What do we do with this? What do we do with this? And where do we go with this? I would imagine to this island here. That would seriously complete the circle. It would mean we'd have done all this. So maybe it is that island to the right. Could also be the island at the top here, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe it's the island on the right. Spank the tree! Because, you know, the large tree has a problem. It depends on... If we were to push it right, it's almost completely stuck. Because it can't move any further. It might be a good idea to use this as a leap logging point. That would be kind of cool. If ever we could go on top of this rock, that might be groovy, but I don't know. It's can't do that. It certainly can't be moved any further, either left, right, or any which way. So I think I'm not sure if this is the solution for the large tree. I don't know. You can leap lock indeed. What else can we do with this? Large tree could go back and then up. Might then connect over here, potentially. Don't know. Then of course it can go down, but again, with it down, it's... Oh, down might be an idea. If we use this guy to help him go over here, but that would just make a raft. Without a push-off point, raft's toast in this spot. And then there's this guy. He either does this or we do this and then that. Is that something of excitement? Yes, that would be good. So now the large tree could leap lock over this. How's that for an idea? That would bring the large tree to a point at which maybe it's more useful. How about it? So rather than just doing this, we go and put this tree over into that spot. Could even push this guy. Oh my god, in front of it, we do the double leap lock. I don't think we've ever done that before. What's gonna happen? Answers on a postcard. I see. Oh, it gets stuck. That's an interesting mechanic. That's not what we meant. Let's try it with a single one then. This goes into here. That goes onto there. Interesting. Shame we can't go behind this anymore now. Damn. Yeah, that's stumped. Disappointing is what it is. Yes, absolutely. Disappointing is what it is. So what happens, I still like the idea, but what happens if we go and try this with the other tree, like this one? That would then alleviate us from the need to go back there. We can still do this, and now we're stuck again. Damn you! We can do this, and then we're stuck that way. Also good. Or we leap lock this guy over here now. Is that useful? No. Or is it? I can't tell. Is it? I can't go behind it. We're close here. We're close here. Yes, me too. I was kind of looking forward to the double leap lock and for this large tree to just magically end up like shooting out and for us to just gaily cross the bridge, but that's not how it worked. Small lock in the gap. Like this guy here. This here. And then this, maybe this will do that. Potentially. See what that does. Then at least we can walk over. But we're stuck still. Those damn tree stumps in the way. Good idea though. Because it's so close to this gap. It's almost like, yeah, it's meant to be there. So I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan if one tree goes into this hole here. I don't mind which tree. Either one will work. I'm also, just by the design of this island, I'm thinking that this thing here is there because when this guy goes over here, we go behind it and do something like that. I suppose we don't do that right now because, you know, we're not allowed. Or maybe this will work. Something like that. Could this work? It's still got this problem that we can't go behind this. And then maybe leap log over or whatnot. It's just... the trouble is really the tree stumps that trap this guy. A raft, we've tried that. It doesn't have a push-off point and it doesn't go anywhere sensible. So even if it were to go down, we wouldn't be able to board it down there because we can't go on top of that large rock, log. The double small tree. Put the large log on top of both, roll it up, then push it right. Let's see. Whoops. This guy goes in first, because, you know, that's what we do. Then we go this way, right? Now we go up, and then you say we go and push it right. We can't push it at all. Left or right. Damn, Does it roll? It does. Does it roll the other way, though? Check it out. Does it roll? Yes! It rolls this way. That is quite exciting, because now I can go build myself that bridge we've been talking about. Is this the solution? I think it might be. I think it might be. Look at that. That is the solution. How exciting. Let's try this one more time. So we do indeed do the double leap lock. This guy goes in to the gap. Then this guy goes into the gap. Then this guy goes over. Then we go and push this guy to the top. It gets broken that way. That's cool. We misappropriate this little tree to get a journey back out of it and push it over. That is the solution. Very clever, guys. Very, very clever. I love that we sometimes have to look for a solution that isn't the solution, but it gets us a step closer to the solution, if you know what I mean. Let's try that principle out again. The poor keyboard. It is, don't mistake it for the log. Is this an easy one for a change? No, of course not. What were we thinking? Easy? What easy? In this game, never. Oh, it is an easy one. Look at that. We can make it happen that way. Whew. And we're back here. Wow. I don't see an obvious way to get to all these cloudy islands here. Wonder how you'd get there. Maybe from... because there's just no trees on this island. I can see that there's something going on up here, and I would love it if we could use something to just go up to this island. There's something hiding in here. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something going on there. But yeah, we probably need other trees for this to make use of this tree. I don't know what to do with this tree. It's almost like I want to say, if I could get on top of the rocks here now, I could go and push this tree to the left or right on top of the rocks. That would work. But I can't see a way to do this without being on the rocks to begin with. Nate has a dastardly plan. Really? Oh, let's go back to the island that we've just solved. Is that the one? I don't actually remember where that was. Was it here? Was it down here? Oh, just the one on the left here. This one here. This island. Here. Is that the one? Good morning, Sydney. How you doing? We're talking island 1541810, right? And we're resetting this island. Nate has a dastardly plan. Interesting. How is Mr. Sydney today? Push the tree right only. Can't do that, sorry. It's rocks in the way. Oh no, right, sorry. You meant the other right. Okay, like this. Nate has a dastardly plan. Now you have a way on top of the rocks! Oh, Nate! No way, this is devious, man. Blasphemy! I do have a way onto the rocks, and if I'm clever and just go around the long way by putting this tree into the middle here, with my new way on there, I can go around here now, can't I? Right? And then I can go do mean things with the tree. Oh, come on, this is exciting! Because we just go and do this. We're on the rocks now, and now, check it out, we can do all kinds of things. We can do this and that, followed by other things, like, you know, like this. That's how we solve that island? Nate, that is crazy. To solve this island, we have to look at that island. crazy good. Nate, you're as devious as the developers. Well done. It is not the end of the game. We're not catching the ferry home. We have islands to explore. At current count, still over 100. We have snowman to hug. And all that. Man, this island is already... I'm not sure about this. What does your devious mind suggest about this, Nate? Tell me everything. Yes, Sid, you're totally on time. We're going to bring the monster home today. There's a ferry home that we can... Let me show you where that is, actually. We're so off the beaten track. We've unlocked all of this. We've unlocked all of this. And this here is the ferry home. So we're going to get Monster his well-deserved ride back. He arrived in this little boat. We're going to get him back home today. But that doesn't mean the game is over, because everything that's under cloud cover needs to be unraveled. And there's a ton of stuff that we haven't found yet. There's also a ton of stuff that looks just about to be inaccessible. But hey, with chipping away at it, one island at a time, I think we can make it happen. Brian sees it? Alrighty, Brian. What do you see? I see nothing. Nate says the large tree goes down and then it goes to the right. I don't think any right tree is going to the right at all. Small log left, large log down, roll it to the right. Small log left. Oh yeah, I see. We do the leap logging. This one down, and then roll it to the right. Monkey trumpet. I think we might still have to utilize the little tree in the process, because I think this is a good idea to get to position this tree, but now we need to make sure the little tree gets freed up somehow. But of course it won't if we utilize them for leap logging this way. Yes, me too, Julia. I think so too. I do like this. I do like the leap logging idea. Because if we don't do it, the only other plan we have is we can push it onto the rocks. That is possible. And we can't push it down immediately, because then we can't do anything like that. Well, we can't do this either. Oh, come on. Why not? Can we do this? Oh, that is possible, but not the other way. Come off it. That's just... That's oh, can we... No. That is now stuck with a capital S. And this little tree could also go into this gap here. Is that of any consolation? It does this. Is that good? At least it's pushable. And gives us well-deserved solution. You don't see it. Ah. Hey, this was the pushing on top of the rocks thing again. Good stuff. I mean, there is also this rock here. And it almost looks like in another solution to the same island, it could get us down. I don't know if that is a solution. I also don't see how we can build a raft there, because we need to board it from here, so I don't really see how to do that. But that's another possibility. Could also be a land rafting opportunity. Is that possible? Would that be interesting? Just to satisfy my curiosity, if we were to do this somehow. No, that is not it. Because I was kind of hoping to get the little tree on top of the rocks as well. That would be nice. Can we do that somehow? Somehow. Not like this we can't. Because I'm thinking if we manage to do that, we build a land raft in that corner here. Which, I mean, I don't know, is it possible to do that? Yeah, who would push it? If we were to do that, build a land raft right here, then we just push it down. How are we going to push it to the left? Forget the land raft idea, it's not going to be possible. Please ask a cloak question, absolutely. That sounds good. That was a long day, Sydney. I'm gonna go bring this back to where it was so that we can at least reach that other island. I think was it this way? Don't tell me it didn't save. It did this, and then we do that, which is cool. Then we do this, and then we go down, getting ourselves to another exhibit, which is also awesome. Exhibit says this tree only ever goes to this way, and that is that. That's good. That alleviates a lot of the other stuff that we were going to test with that tree. But fun-sized chocolate era. Oh, there was a whole era, was there? How long did it last? Chocolate bar manufacturers briefly convinced other humans that smaller portions of their wares were fun-sized. The ruse was exposed at a child's birthday party in Clacton-on-Sea when one attendee yelled, "It's not more fun, it's just more small! I want a proper one!" Monster scientists concur with the human child. Yeah. I remember the Mars bar kept shrinking over decades to the pathetic excuse of just over 50 or just under 50 grams it is today. I remember Mars bar being, you know, proper. I remember it to be in one piece as well. There was a king-size Mars bar that was so big that they eventually split into two because they said, yeah, that's uncool for everyone who's diabetic, obese, morbidly obese, and everything in between. So by just making things smaller, that doesn't really solve that problem, though, does it? Whoa, what is the difference between 3D line length and segment line length when using elastic? Whoa, good that you saved it. If I understand this correctly, the segment line length is the length of the piece of your pattern, essentially in the 2D window, whereas the 3D line length is, I think, what it equates to when you see it in the 3D window. So I think technically they're the same, but one takes into consideration the 3D space versus the 2D space, if that makes sense. It's kind of, now that I'm saying it that way, it still doesn't make sense, does it? Because the 2D, even if I warp it around, is still the same length. It's just bent around something. So in that respect, disregard my comment. That was just the most immediate thing that came to mind. Now that you throw in elastic, maybe that makes more sense, because if I'm thinking I had, say, a 20 centimeter long piece of pattern that is elasticized by so much percentage, let's say, I don't know, let's say 25%, so that it shrinks to about 15 centimeters in line length. And then you stretch it over the avatar, so the avatar kind of bulges out there a little bit and makes it not 15 centimeters, but 17.5 centimeters. I would imagine that's the difference. The pattern is still 20 centimeters. It has elastic, it'll shrink, but now if you then essentially go and measure from one end around the avatar to the other, you might end up with 17.5. Does that make sense? I think that would be the one thing that makes sense to me. If that lines up with reality, I don't know, but you know. Right, yes, that would make sense, exactly, yeah. One is the pattern length, one is the elasticized pattern length, and one will be the pattern length stretched over the avatar. That would, yeah, I can see that. Meanwhile, on island 1751618, never mind. On the fun-sized chocolate bar challenge, I'm wondering, I'll check it out, Sydney. That's actually a very, very interesting question. I don't think I've ever come across that. Very interesting. What's new in the latest version of Claw? Kind of curious, because usually, well, often we get the Claw features that were introduced now in the next version of Marvelous Designer, which I'm thinking, might that come out end of the year sort of thing? What do we do here? What do we even do here? We could make a raft. That could push us to the top. So we could make a raft here that pushes us out. We make another push-off point, and then that goes and pushes us, whoops, that pushes us to the top. That sort of thing. Like that, perhaps, I'm thinking. I don't want to do anything nasty to this guy. I don't want to lose him. I'd rather go behind him, like so. Yeah, no. Not what I had expected. Maybe we don't roll him. How's that? How is that for an idea? We could do that. Could do that. I mean, this guy just rolls in so beautifully, but this is a bit of a waste there. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We would like him neatly lined up with this guy here. Make that a raft. That would be great. That's not how we do that. Sacrifice the large tree temporarily. Push the large tree to the right, roll it up into the water. Which large tree? The bottom one or the other one? The only one I can't push to the right. The only one I can push to the right and up is actually this one. So I'm gonna go with this one. Whoops! Other way, monster! Come on, no, come on, don't sit down. We have work to do. And then. Oh, then, tell you what we do, we maybe do this, then we somehow go, oh, we can't go back over the little tree. What do we do with the little tree? I would love to just go around there somehow now, and then go and push the little tree now over, break it there, and then push it in. That would be a mini raft. Push the right tree back. Back as in this way. Or push it, bring it back to here. Small log needs to be on the right. Okay, let's go and reset this thing then. So, small tree on the right. That works this way. That's my only chance to do it. Then I suppose this guy goes right and up. Is that correct? And then ideally, I would love to be behind the large tree and leap lock him over now. That would be my favorite solution. I'm just not sure we can make it happen. Small log goes up. It can't go left. No, it can't. Small tree down. Roll it right. Up onto the water. Big trees can then roll over it to place them just to the right of that big rock. Let's do it. Small tree down and then roll it right. Up onto the water. Like here. Then, that is interesting. Then shall we start with this tree? Is that possible? Then Oh, that would do that. That's an interesting idea for a push-off point. The only thing is this guy needs to... Yeah, we need to do this. We need to do it this way. Then do that. So that this guy temporarily breaks over here. So we can notch him over one like so. And then do that. Brian, nicely spotted. And the advantage is that we now have a boarding point. I never considered that as a push-off point, because how would we board it? Well, this is how we board it. That's clever, Brian. Very good. Oh my. Very good, Brian. Very good. We now have a little birch tree. And I have a feeling we're going to go and bring it with us. Or not. Is it... I don't know yet. We can use it as a bridge, but we can also bring it with us. How interesting. If we do bring it with us... Oh, look at that. This is another very interesting dynamic here. So this rock is taller than the rock on the bottom. And as a result, I can go on top, not only of the raft, but I can go on top of a raft and then on top of a log and then push myself off. I can't do that down here. I can't push myself back because it's a flatter rock. So they do take all these things into consideration. Then I can do that. And then what do? I just go, can I do that? Is that cool? No, that's just come from there. What does it mean? Now we have a little tree over here. What do we do with it? I can't tell. Oh, I see. We raft here and then we raft. Right. I was thinking we've just been on this island, but we're not in this position of the island. So now we go up. Oh, different position of the island. This is not my favorite island. It blocks me with rocks here. That's uncool. I don't like that island. Totally don't like the island. Now we can make ourselves another push-off point and go over here. And we could do this several million times. Or... ponder over this a second while I'll go to the bathroom. Hang on a second. welcome back, I guess. What have we deduced, everyone? We need to take the small log with us. I like it. Small log with us onto the raft. But how? Let's reset this island. Can we do that? And then that? Is that something we can do now? We could just go back down. Is that good? That doesn't really do anything, does it? That just gets us down. Are we there yet? Do you know we nearly are? We nearly are. Oh, I see. Is it? Do I? I can't. Do I see it? We can do that, but that doesn't really do that either. Raft down. Okay, I'll raft down. I'll just do this. I raft down. Raft off the other rock, but I think there's two solutions to this. Don't raft down then. I'll raft back up. Left then down. Oh, I see, right. Good point. Yes, I hadn't considered that. Because I can also do that. That's a very good point. Let's go do that. This way, then that way. So we go this way first, and then we go down while we're here. Oh, different island. Oh, nice. I totally hadn't seen that. That is quite clever. And with two trees on this island, I bet we're not doing this. I bet we're bringing our own tree. Right? I bet. And then we go and make this a push-off point. So we go on top of this and go clonk. Right? I'm thinking. Because now we're back here, but we have a separate log here, which I think if I push that in here, haha, I think now I can't push myself off, but I can push this tree over. Ha ha ha. And then I'm on yet another island. How many islands are there? And what are we going to do here? Maybe take this tree back down and make sure it's with the other island again. Oh, popcorn! There's popcorn over here. Let's have some popcorn. I don't care. Let's have popcorn. This island is massive, isn't it? Come on, monster, have some popcorn. There we go. Oh, and read the exhibit. That's a good idea, yes. I would love to have this popcorn machine in my title sequence and the monster next to it, but the popcorn machine making so many particles that it's basically all over the entrance area and coming out of the front and stuff, all animated. That'd be really good. Let's see if I can make that happen one day. Popcorn time! Wow. Let's see if we can work this one out. It looks almost like another one of those super large islands that is the one where we catch the ferry. So I suggest that just as a plan for the day, we have a look at this, we see if we can solve it, and then we go and take Monster home on the ferry. How's that? Maybe that takes another half hour or so. I think that might be fun. It would be so much fun to do this in the title sequence. Yeah, do that, Brian. Absolutely. Monster's already had enough. Don't have too much popcorn. Chuck it away. That's groovy. Read the exhibit first of all. There's one exhibit over here. Oh yes. The portable hot wand. Oh yes. So far, monster scientists have discovered at least 3 uses for the portable hot wand: straightening hair or fur, ironing our formal collars, and toasting small sandwiches. We recommend cleaning as much melted cheese off as possible before swapping to other uses. Yes, good idea. Better yet, use different implements for different things. Oh, coffee as well! Let's have coffee too! First popcorn, now coffee! Oh, they're spoiling us! This is a grandiose island to say goodbye. Hair cheese, that's a good product. Let's have hair cheese. Jackpot Island, oh my! Now available in a monsters exhibition. Wow. Oh, another exhibit over here. Where are we? Where is this place? Right. That is huge, man. And the Ferry Island is over here. We thought that's huge, but no, this is actually huge, huge. Interesting. Very cool. Another exhibit. Fountain Soda Fuel Edition. Much like humans, each mode of human transportation had its own soda preference. The options at this particular dispenser are from left to right, leaded, unleaded, diesel, and blue raspberry. Put that in the red thing, Brian. I'm sure it'll go back to its former self. So, you know, whenever we go into another area, it actually changes the number at the bottom. So that's kind of interesting. That tells me all of these are technically all islands that are just next to one another. So there's just no water in between them. But they are different islands under the hood of the game, I would imagine. Oh, and a bench. We could sit down here. So cute. Bench, popcorn, coffee, and blue raspberry. We have it all. With brain freeze, absolutely. Best paint ever. And a snowman popping out of the mist. I wonder then if the entire massive complex here is geared towards us basically getting to the snowman. Be the third snowman in the game that we've discovered. Hopefully we can also catch the one that is by the ferry, so that we make it 2 snowmen today. Let's hope. Let's hope. What we got here then? Mini dinner! The mini dinner was a key part of a human game called Cocktail Party. At a cocktail party, a squad of butlers would circulate the arena carrying platters of mini dinners, attacking players, guests, try to steal these without being deemed gauche. I like it. Whoever possessed the most mini dinners by the end of the party was declared the winner. Not gauche then. How funny. So we've made the rounds. But of course there's no immediate way inside here to shake the snowman's hand or anything. Can you imagine we have to build a little raft over here? Or grab as many trees and build a kind of a bridge over here. That's only 2 large trees that need to circumnavigate the whole menacing rock thing here. Yes, definitely no way in here. But since these are flat rocks, what are the chances of us having to board one? How do you know this is just what they would do? You probably board this whole spiral of trees at one point and just go around it, and like this tree here, if this were in here not like that but horizontally, I suppose you could just walk over it. And if you do that to every tree, you make yourself a path. What are the chances of that? Like this here, if I go and imagine this and I put that into here, then I could just go and cross over here. This tree, I think so, Julia. Maybe we'll get 2 snowmen today. This tree, I have a feeling that needs to be knocked over from in here in the gap and then rolled into here. That would make that a possibility. Great, and we can reset this particular island here. That's cool. So we need to do that somehow. This tree, same thing. We need to somehow bring it into something. But we can, I suppose, to bring it. We can also just go, once we're on there, we can deal with that, I think. That might work. This is, I don't know about this. This one here, yes, let's try that. Yes, at least we're on it. That's a good point. That's yeah, absolutely. I think this is how we need to do it. What does this guy do? What does it do? Also, what does this guy do? There we go. That would be that. I can already go into this direction, but we need something to pop into here, maybe. What do we do with this tree here? So this, I like the idea, Nate. Let's go put that here. And I like this idea as well. I can't, yeah, this gets me down again. What does this do? Where might that go? I can't quite see that yet. That little tree on the inside, I suppose that's for us to get back out. Once we're on the other side, I think this will just get us back. That we know what to do. This one here, what might we do with that? Push, right, roll down. Gotcha. That might come in handy. I mean, once we're on this rock thing, we can always go around again to push it in. That's possible. Exactly. Then you can put, yes, let's do that. Let's keep that in mind. This we just don't know. The large tree at the bottom, I'm sure it'll fall into place. This here seems a bit of a large gap, so I wonder if this is in fact the beginning of the spiral here. Like, you know, here, if we somehow go on here, not that I can quite see how. Oh, yes, it could be large bridge over here. From here, rather than this being on top here, it could be. Let's try the leap logging, Brian's favorite. Can we do this? And then go knock that over here? Is that a thing? No, that is not a thing. That is also not a thing. But something like that, right? So this here, and then basically that one in that little gap, and then we could just go walk all over there. If only we knew how. Ba-da-da-ding. That kind of looks promising. That's the difficult one sorted. This is not, ah, ha, 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 look at that. Look at that. Now we're on. Now we're on. Ooh, now we're on. It looked impossible a minute ago, but it is actually, it is doable. Now, this guy down maybe. Yes, look at that. It almost, oh, it almost is. Yeah, we just do this and no! Damn you! Ah, almost. Almost. I wish I could put it back. The right tree goes left. Yeah, I have a feeling they're just going to swap these trees over. I think. Damn! Not quite. Maybe this way. And then this is in the way now, but if it you know, if it wasn't like this, whoops, how about that? Is that helpful in any shape or form? It's one of those things again, I can't really push it now, can I? It would be so much more helpful if I could push this tree in here. From the back. Dang. Nate, you got it. So this one down and to the mailbox, right? Down and to the right. I concur, sir. I concur. Now up and right all the way. Okie doke. Like here. Oh yeah, of course. And then it just goes in here. Haha, that's one totally in there. Perfect. All the way. Left tree down and right. Oh, that was the left tree, sorry. And now we leap log. Oh, that's clever. You say we leap log and then we go over here. Is that right? Or push it right? Left, cool. I'm glad you're mixing these things up as well, because I do too. And then... oh, and then essentially the same thing again, right? Go over here, I would imagine, because this now also goes to the mailbox, like so. Is that right? It could well be. No. Damn. Almost. I suppose we could push it over here. That would at least get it in here. See if there's a way to just move it back, because all we really need it to do now... oh, can we do this? Nah. All we needed to do now is just be in one other little place here and then just go down. Like so? Is that a possibility? Like, you know, do that. No, that isn't it. Well, I'll bring it back to kind of here. I like the idea of having something having basically the trees just swap places there. But with this in place, with the right one in place, how do we... It's almost like we just need to roll it up and then down again, but we're not going to be able to get onto this rock here. You got it. Okay. Brian's got it as well. Roll up, push right twice, push down. Push right twice, since we have the space. Push down. That's exactly what I was thinking. Perfect. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely. Now we have a long straight here. Aha! All there! All right. This is seriously tricky. So we then go all the way over here. Remember that other tree that we were talking about? This here? Absolutely. It just goes and slots right in. That's neat. We're going to have to go all the way back. But that's okay. Monster's happy about this. Look at it go! It's a giant spiral on the outside, isn't it? Then we go over this guy. Look at that. This I don't really know what to do with yet. But we can't push this guy over here. Oh, we just keep going. Look at that. That is the missing link in here. Now we can walk over. Ha ha ha. That is very, very cool. And we go down here. This is connected. This is very good. I have a feeling this is just an additional... you know, us getting on point so that it's less annoying to go all the way around all the time. That leaves the one is the little tree here that we said we're going to push into here, like so. That kind of sorts itself out. And this one, we just don't quite know yet. Where would it even... what else do we need in this little charade? When we're on here, we need to somehow connect to all of this. Well played, Brian. I like it. Well, this looks like an exciting opportunity here. Do you know, and if possibly I would walk all the way around again, I can get back underneath this tree and push it up. That would work. Shall I do that? Is that what we're supposed to do? It'll work. It's just gonna, you know, take a while. It might be the solution. I mean, since we've built ourselves such a nice little path, it'd be rude not to walk it multiple times and enjoy its exciting scenery. Over here, and then we just go step off down here, and then we do that. Oh, and then do we do this? That, of course, means we're still missing something that will be connected in here. Otherwise, how are we going to get on top of all this goodness here? Small lock needs to reset. It looks like we need to reset all these things then. Small lock needs to reset and go left and roll up. Oh, I see. Go left and roll up. Is it like temporarily? Put the large lock back. Okay, fine. Like so. If the big one fell right first, then the small one, the big one would break it. Oh, I see. You mean, so if the large log would be here, then we go and take the little log and put that in here, and then we go push this thing back. Yes, I can see that working. I can see that working. And we'll just have to quickly reset this here. I get you. So, what did we do here? We dealt with that this way. Whoops. Going down somewhat. I think also, I don't want this to be in this position. I'm going to just put it back for now. Just so that I have all the options. Get this down. Now I probably can just go around this way. I don't have to go all the way. I think this is a little shortcut we can get here. Yes, I suppose the little log would have had to be over here instead. Then I think, he says, can we push it up? What are we going to do with the little log? I'm concerned about the little log. Because this would leap log it, and we don't really want to do that, do we? I don't think we want to do that. Could it go down instead? Yes, maybe it needs to go down then to get parked there, because I have an extra space on the bottom. That'll work. That'll work. But do that. That'll do it. I think. Yes, that will let me do it. Oh, my goodness. This'll work. Because look, I do this, I do that, I do that. I do that, I leave it here. And the awesome thing is I do that. And I have to go around the long way and push this up and then go push the large log into there. It will work. Sadly, we've lost our shortcut opportunity. But that's okay. I got the time. Oops. What a long puzzle this is. But very cool, I must say. Over here. Like so. Then like so. Then I can take Mr. Shortcut here. Take care of the large log, which is now in its correct position. I think, ladies and gentlemen, are we close? Must I have some popcorn? Absolutely. And now I can just take the shortcut, right? And then we just go jump on here, keep a walking. Oh my, this is exciting. We haven't needed this yet. Damn you, what are we going to do here? I hadn't seen that coming. Last time we just pushed it over. Last time we had a log like this. What are we going to do with it? Carlos, wonderful to see you. Welcome. Can we move this over here? No, we can't. I don't know what to do with this guy. Yeah, I can't push it though. Can't push it this way, I can't push it that way. What a shame. Maybe this needs to be reset then. Let's reset this. This was a tree. I don't know why we did this. I think it was your suggestion, Nate, actually. But we do need it in here somehow, so... There we go. This is how it needs to be in there. This is how it needs to be there. We're going to have to go around the long way one more time. But then it'll be in the correct place. So yeah, it was just orientation was incorrect. And now that we know what we're doing, don't worry, Monster. I'll get you some more popcorn in a minute. And some coffee. It's a good combination, that. Popcorn and coffee. And just go put that in here. There we go. Can we take the shortcut? I think so. I think so. Take the long way around. You can't even have some more popcorn now because Why not? Why not? Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. That's cool. Yeah. Since it's free, it comes with your amazing ticket that gets you a ferry in and out. Let's see the snowman. Snowman time! All right. You've made a friend. All right. Dude, we're gonna hug you from any which way. Wonderful. This is the third snowman we've discovered in the game. How exciting. So cute. That is just so wonderful. Snowman. Flower guy snowman. We have indeed solved this massive, super large island. It's unbelievable. Easy and time consuming, might I add. But very cool. Snowman, don't eat all the popcorn. Enjoy the view here. On that little mini inland lake and all. Very cool. And this, I guess, is our way out of here. Speaking of our way out of here, I don't really know what the way out of here is. Is it the fast travel? Is it the mailbox? Yeah, because I think... Oh, we can probably raft it out of here at the bottom. But I think maybe fast travel. I think maybe fast travel. Enjoy the mailbox. Bye, snowman. Wow, look at that. Very cool. Hey, while we're in the snowman mood, there's another one up here. I think we should try that. Or is that going to be too difficult? This here will get us straight to the ferry home. So that's going to be literally 2 minutes. Push this over here and just go home. We can do that. But I'm thinking let's have a crack for the last 15 minutes or so. Let's have a crack at this snowman here. You know, beanie hat snowman. Let's go back here and see if we can get ourselves inserted back over here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Fast travel over here. Careful, monster. And we go over this way. Have already connected this island over here earlier. And this birch tree goes over, and that will basically... This is our ticket out. So this little tree, its only purpose is if we didn't want to leave, we can just go and use this as an exit. I'm not going to go here for now. Having said that, is that a bad idea? Well, there we go. I can utilize this for other things. Goody. Now, this lets us access this whole part. We've seen the snowman by rafting over from the left to the right. This here could all be... How do we even get here? Interesting question. Does it mean we have to reset some things? I wonder if we go and reset this part here, that we do something else with this large tree. We just push the large tree into a different position. He says that's not actually that easy. Birch tree on the rocks and roll it up. Okay, let me try that. That might well be the answer. Let's get out of here first. Birch tree. It's already rolled up as much as I can. I can only roll it down now. Oh, I can... no. I can't move it. I can do this, but I can't push it to the right, I'm afraid. Reset it. Might have to reset this here, with which we build a land raft. I have a feeling we might have to push the land raft into different position. Da-da-ding. The birch tree doesn't reset itself. The birch tree, the trick about the birch tree is when it comes from another island and you're on the island that you brought the birch tree from, and you reset that island, the birch tree doesn't reset. The birch tree stays. It's kind of a game mechanic. Can't reset the birch tree. No, we're not going back. I have a feeling if we reset this, we can just go and build ourselves this land raft again and put that into a different position. I don't quite remember how we did it, but we did do it. Like this is not how we did it, because that can't be moved. But something like that. How did we do it? Did we do this? This followed by that? Was that was the land raft here, but it's not movable. See if we can build it in a different place. I can't reset the birch tree though. I can't roll it up, is what I'm saying. I don't know how you want me to do it. We need the birch tree. Where did we get that from? That's from here, literally from this island here. That's where we got the birch tree from. How do we go back? Can't go back. Well, the only way back then is via the other island, because we can't access the travel point anymore. I think I see what you mean. We push the birch tree over onto the rocks, and then we go... And then instead of pushing it all the way down, we leave it there and then we push it up, I suppose. I still don't know what that buys us, because we just go... It'll just stop in front of the stump up there by the monster. I don't think it's going to work, Nate. So it does make sense. Yes, absolutely. If we needed to do that, yeah, it's kind of the price we pay to get the snowman, I suppose. Okay, let's try then. To do that, I'll go and have to go over here again to get to that top part of the island. Didn't we have a fast travel point here? No, we didn't. Ah, what a shame. Let's just reset this and then we'll build ourselves a raft here. That is possible. And then we'll go and raft out of here. How again? Did we do that? Some voodoo magic like this. Voodoo magic. Oh yes. He says, yes, raft. All right. You're gonna be next, snowman. Yes, and then we have to circumnavigate all this area there. There's our fast travel point. That's cool. Actually, this is probably the one we can just walk. I don't think this... We just go over here. Or over the rocks. That's cool, monster. We can do that. This is the birch tree everyone keeps talking about. So I'm going to wait for your instructions. I'm going to go and push it over. And I have to push... Do you know what? I have to push it twice. I can't push it just once. I have to push it twice. But then at least I'd be behind the birch tree. Don't touch it! Alright. Here we go. Haven't touched it. Check. Push on rocks. Fast travel below. All right. Then what? How exciting. You saw that? That's amazing, Nate. We leave it as it is. Fast travel to the guy below. Then we push it up. Nate! Ay caramba, and then we go right! Do we? We'll find out. I trust you blindly. Thankfully we have a few fast travel points here that we can utilize for this game of chance. We hook it over here and now we're going to push it up, is that right? All that way? Ding! Now we can go into here. This probably brings us back. But we can't go up. Dang! That's cold, brother. Then we go over the bridge. Oh, maybe now we reset this area and then utilize one of the small trees to push that into that little gap like we did on the massive monster island there. Indeed. Indeed. A little tricky to do, but probably doable. If we put our collective minds together, somehow. If only we could be behind that tree now. To push it down, it would slot right into the correct space there. Roll birch tree down from here. What will that do? At least we can bring it back, so that's kind of nice. I think I like the birch tree. I like it here. And then we walk. It's a little bit like the big spiral you think we just did. We walk on top of here. We would then go across here, and that would get us to the next island. Let's see. We can figure this out. We can totally figure this out. We might have to. So I think I like this idea. So it's almost like we need to. It's another puzzle game now to get this guy over to. Whoops. The land raft. It hasn't destroyed the birch approach, but that's not quite what I wanted to do. Maybe while we puzzle, we could do your idea and just push birch tree down so that it doesn't get turned into land raft here. I like it. This guy up. This guy goes here, waits its instructions. This guy then. Interesting indeed. Could it be no, because that's stuck then. Then let's consider the leap logging. Because we all like it so much. There's something fishy about this tree here. The land raft doesn't really help if we do that because it only gets built in one place and we can't move it. So I don't think that's the answer. Does this help? No. This is really the only thing that helps. Does birch tree help us with that? How did we do this? That the land raft, or a version of the land raft, was kind of working, wasn't it? At least to get us on top of this. How did we do that again? That was this tree down, and then this tree on top of it. That was that land raft. That at least gets us to this part of the island, but it doesn't really leave us on the rocks. Okay, let's try that. So, I'm sorry. We need to... This tree already needs to be... Ha! How do we do this now? Yes, like this, right? And then I go like so. And then I do that. That does this. It begs the question, how do we now get on the rocks to reach that part of the island? Because that's now destroyed. We can't go on the rocks anymore. So much for quickly doing that snowman, huh? I got nothing, I'm afraid. I have no idea. Oh, that's interesting. Now the birch log is cut in half. Get on the raft, then on the rock. Yeah, we can do that. On the raft, then on the rock. And now what? Because we need to go over here onto these rocks. That's the problem. It is a problem. Well, I say that is certainly food for thought. Certainly is food for thought. What's mean is now that the birch raft doesn't let me do the other raft anymore. So if I were to go and if I wanted to do my other land raft now, I'd have to push the pink tree over from the left, but I can't do that anymore because birch tree is in the way. That might be a little bug, because if I wanted to catch the ferry home now, I can't! So, do that, right? Oh, I see. Then we do this, then we do this, and then we utilize remaining log here. Ha 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 ha! Yes, Nate, that is clever. And then what do we do? Da-da-da-ding. Push it up. Damn you, birch log. Interesting one, isn't it? Quite the conundrum. I'd love to be able to move this thing. Release some of that aggression, I guess. Back one more before the stump. Whoops. I could do this. See what happens now. You know. Like this. could do that. And once more. I'm not seeing it. At this point, I have completely lost the plot. And sadly, we can't bring Monster home anymore. Well, I suppose we could if we go and... no, we can't. I don't know how to bring Monster home now. Unless I undo, like, a lot. Yes, that is a shame. Poor Monster's stuck here now. The ferry is so close. We've ruined your chance of getting home. If I reset this and reset that... Yeah, we're now basically stuck with the birch log. And I can't get out of it anymore. There is, if this ever happens to you while you're playing it, if this ever happens to you, there is a way out. So if there is a bug that prevents you from getting out, there's a way to go into the start menu and onto your load command. There's this thing here, reset local area. And that will not just reset the current island, but the whole group of islands around it as well. And that should give you a way out. Yes, I would like to do that as well. Yes, absolutely. I think let's just test how far back we can go until we have an intact birch log again. That might be the solution. I think the moment the birch log got split, that was a bit of an issue. Good thing we haven't lost much. There we go. Birch raft. Uncool. Damn you, birch raft. There we go. Birch tree is now in its entirety. And that's kind of good. That's kind of good. So at least we can push this guy down, pretend this never happened, and make ourselves a beautiful land raft like we had before. This is cool because then we can just go send Monster home and watch the credits roll. Was it this way? Was it? No, it wasn't. Damn you! At least we can go back and do this one more time, reach another fast travel point, reset the birch log, put it where we were going to put it, and then send Monster home. Can we remember how to do this raft without breaking into sweats? Yes, look at that. That is how we do it. And then we do this, then we do that. There's really no space left unused on this island. Crazy. Alright, we're back here. And no fast travel needed. We just go walk down. Follow the signs to the ferry. This is it, Monster. That's it, exactly. Ferry goes here. Then we go reset Birch Tree Island. Push Birch Tree over here and just go and walk across! How exciting. Well, there we go. That'll be our exit. Should we wanna exit? I guess we'll take Monster home. There we go. That was it. Bye, Monster. You have been playing a Monsters Expedition through puzzling exhibitions. Very cool! Thank you, Benjamin, Alan, Adam, Eli, Philippa, Serene, Benjamin, Alan, Jamie, Benjamin, Oren, Mike, Tyler, Tom, Phil, Quinn, Troy, Laura, Helen, Tim, Moji, a lot of Plastic Fern Studio LLC employees. Very cool. Woohoo! It is so sad, isn't it? But the thing is also, we'll have a look at the end. I mean, you can just pick the game up again and just play through the whole map again. We might do that next Saturday or during the week on Twitch. That might also be an idea. So when you start off again, he basically arrives again at the original point, and then we can start the game again. But all our work is still in place, so it'll be every tree that we've knocked over is still in the same place, and we can just try it again. If we find other bits and pieces, other solutions that we think might be valuable, we can totally try it. Oh, thank you, Sydney. Big hand to everyone who's been guessing and suggesting solutions too. It was such a nice playing experience, I think, to do this as a group. I think that was really, really nice. So yes, I don't think we've seen the last of Monsters Expedition. I mean, considering, let's just have a look. We had how many? 479 islands. One of you who's good at maths. 726 minus 479. That'll be the amount of exhibits, the amount of islands that we still have to uncover. 3 snowmen, so that's like nearly 50 more to go. And I think there's also another, I think 30 or so exhibits. We've only been playing 22 hours, so one of those things. 150-ish, absolutely. So yeah, don't give up on the monster just yet. I have a feeling we're gonna come back to this at one point. But yeah, so for next Saturday, maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll do maybe we'll do Cosmic Express. Or we can do the other one, Good Snowman is hard to build. Or we can look into Automa Chef. There's plenty of opportunities. Let's say we're going to go say bye-bye, go potty, Nate, and I will see you hopefully next Saturday. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye. Titles, there we go.